So a team is going to have those three capabilities. And it is sometimes you will have an individual who can do all three of those. It is rare. There are few people. I mean, humbly, I consider myself one of them, and it's because of the kind of odd career path that I had, where I started in consulting, and that was where I learned how to really become a good communicator with taking advanced insights and distilling them into turning them into slides ultimately. I did a master's, and that's where I got the domain expertise, and I've read a lot of books, attended courses, really kept up with the applied behavioral science field. And then research has just come with the actual researcher roles that I've taken. So I believe there are definitely people out there. Anytime that you see an individual applied behavioral scientist running their own team, they are likely kind of a unicorn where they have all three of those skills. But until the field has a lot of master's programs, right now there's only like three or four, until the field has a solid pipeline, something that I'm trying to build with the Applied Behavioral Science Association, but that is still years away. I think it's unfair to assume that there's a giant talent pool of people that have all three skills. And so when thinking about a team, I see the team as having to comprise a group of people who you may have a specialized mixed method researcher. You may have someone who is an applied behavioral science PhD that has a deep domain knowledge and very advanced knowledge of the field and can keep up with it. And then you may have a great business analyst or someone who can distill all the insights from that group into simple insights. So when looking at applied behavioral science teams, I think it's more of just taking what I just described for the individual and making sure all three have it. The last piece, and I'm going to be writing about this soon. I'm excited to share more about this because I want to define a maturity curve for behavioral science teams. Is I think that the more parts of that as applied behavioral science team grows, it goes from just sharing behavioral science to actually applying behavioral science. And once you hit that, you may want to pull on designers, you may want to pull on program managers and other people like that onto a behavioral science team to actually help take those insights and get them into whatever product is being built. The next stage is experimenting with those insights, experimenting with whatever interventions are developed. And again, as a team, if the company doesn't already have it, that team should be thinking about how do we build up our experimentation capabilities? How do we build up our A B testing capabilities? You may want to pull on people who aren't just researchers, but who actually understand how to get these large scale tests done at scale, which really is it's difficult much more difficult to deploy a research study that has 100,000 people compared to one that has 100. And then the last piece is personalization, and that's where I kind of see the future of behavioral science going. And at that point, you need to have everything I listed out either in that team or close collaborators with that team, because it really takes a cross departmental approach to be able to collect all of your data and then target interventions separately. So at a basic, I see a team having to comprise of those three pieces, but then as it scales and as it desires to make more impact, it will have to pull on different resources too.